HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. We've all heard of HelloFresh, and if you haven't, you must not have been on YouTube for that long, because it feels like every YouTuber ever, every big influencer on YouTube has been sponsored by HelloFresh. I feel like I see the same YouTubers all the time have their HelloFresh plugs and sponsorships in their videos. But then on the flip side, you can find a ton of HelloFresh videos that aren't sponsored. Oh, yeah, that one's my favorite. So I've done HelloFresh videos in the past. Actually, like my most popular video on my channel is trying HelloFresh for a week. So in that video, I basically cooked all the meals, and then at the end was like, everything tastes good, woohoo! And that was the whole video. But what I want to do today is dive a little deeper and give you guys an actual in-depth review of HelloFresh. So I will say this video is not sponsored. I have never been sponsored by HelloFresh. I've purchased all of the meals by myself with my own money. But what I do provide in the bio is an affiliate link. I've gotten comments of people being like, not sponsored, but there's like a link with like Keisha HelloFresh in the bio, as if I'm lying. And I'm like, I know a lot of people probably don't know this, but you can go on a website called Bitly and you can literally put in any link and change it to say bit.ly/ whatever you want. So that's just a way for me to track how many clicks I'm getting on it. So it's not sponsored, in case people don't get the difference between sponsored and like affiliate links. I wish this was sponsored. But anyway, in this video, we are going to break down HelloFresh into a few different categories. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about overall convenience of the service. We're going to cook the meals. We're gonna go over the taste and quality of the meals, the nutrition information. I'm gonna go over pricing, which is definitely a big factor. And then overall, just like my final thoughts on the service and who I think HelloFresh would be good for. Those are all the points we're gonna cover in today's video. So I hope this is gonna be helpful. Definitely check it out if you want and use my link. Let's get into HelloFresh and let's see if HelloFresh is worth what all the influencers say it is. Okay, so let's talk about the convenience of HelloFresh. Overall, it's a super convenient service for many reasons. So right now we're gonna go in as if we're a brand new customer about to place our first order for our first box, so you guys can see what the process is and what it takes to get started. Go click on my link. So we're gonna go in, we're going to go to my link, my affiliate link. This is what happened. So it pops up. So you can see if you sign up today with the offer that they're doing, you get 22 free meals plus free shipping and 3 surprise gifts. But you can see when you come in to pick how many meals you're looking for. So 2 people or 4 people, and you can pick how many meals each week you want. So you can see for the first box, you're getting a really big discount. I will say not every box is this big of a discount. You can see what the regular box price is. So say we're doing 2 people, we're doing 4 meals a week. The box price would normally be $78.32, not including shipping. With the discount, we're getting $35.92. But you can see all the different prices. So it says this is the most popular, 2 people for 3 meals a week. It's also really nice because you do have these dietary preferences, which is great. So you can do meats and veggies, which is what I think I've seen a lot of people do. And this is the one I typically do. There's also just veggie if you don't want any meat. There's family friendly. Not really sure what that one is, honestly. Fit and wholesome, quick and easy, or pescatarian. So let's say we selected this plan. We would put our email in to get started. Okay, so now we're logged in to my account. This is saying, so like for February 11th, so today is February 6th. So you can pick a different day. I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. Oh, I can't change it because I'm not reactivating it. But I forget how many days. I would say probably like 5 days to a week out is when you'd have to like select and like pick your meals before being able to change your like date. So like if I order today, I could have meals like by this Saturday, basically. So this is like 5 days away. But you can just scroll through so you can see all meals. I can go to veggie, easy prep and cleanup, carb smart. And like you can see there's 40 meals. So you can scroll through, tells you the calories. You can click on all the meals. Like this is literally kind of like the card that gets sent with you. So it's like all the same thing. So you can read about it, see the ingredients, not including your delivery. So this is something too. They expect you to have some things on hand, like oil, salt, pepper, butter, like basic things like that. Those don't come in the kit. So it'll tell you what you need, what utensils you need. So it's really cool because you can kind of see everything. You can see the nutrition information. So if you picked like a 3 meal box, you would just select what 3 meals you want. If you have it on a weekly rotation, if you don't pick your meals by a certain day, it's gonna pick 3 meals for you and send them to you. So it's definitely something to keep an eye out. That's one thing that is like really important to remember, because if you wanna be able to select your own meals every week, you need to remember to go on and do it by a certain day, or else it's gonna just select meals for you. So you would just go through, you pick them, and then it's super easy. You check out, and then bada bing, bada boom. Pretty easy, pretty simple, but this is just like what the page looks like if you were here. Also, something else to keep an eye out. So you can see different things on here, like easy cleanup. There are some meals that are like, wow. One meal, if you're like, I don't want anything that's gonna take more than like 25 minutes to cook, you can see like how long it's gonna take, 35 minutes for this one. So that's between like prep and cook time. I feel like average meal on here is about 30 minutes. Oh, like this one pan turkey stir fry. So you're using 1 pan to cook everything, and the total time's like 15 minutes. So it's super quick. So you can kind of play around with it and find things that you think would work best for you. But this is kind of an idea of how it works. Some on here that you need to keep an eye out for, because some of them are like, I've seen them before where basically it'll say like plus $9.99 or something if it's like a higher end meal. So those are something to keep an eye out for, because that would be additional added on to the options you already have. So if it doesn't say plus anything, then that is all included. But if it says like plus $9.99, like there was a steak one that I saw one time, I was like, oh, this looks good, but it would have been an extra $10. So I was like, never mind. They do have extras now where you can order like desserts. I actually had their cheesecake before, pretty good. They're doing like lunches now. You get like lunch kit. So you can kind of go in. These again would all be extras if you added on like dessert or the breakfast stuff. So yeah, you can play around, add any extras on. Play around with the cost. If you're like, I want to get breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snacks, everything, you can get protein separate. Like if you wanted to just literally get all your groceries from here, you could, but I would just recommend playing around with it, but just note that like other additional things would be additional money. Super easy, super convenient as far as like ordering and everything goes. I think the biggest selling point for HelloFresh and all of these meal delivery services is that each meal comes with an instruction card. It lays out all of the steps, the prep time, the cook time, all of that good stuff. All of the ingredients come pre-portioned, and all of the meals come in separate bags. All of the bags are labeled, and I love that the meats are separated, so everything stays nice and fresh during delivery. So I personally love HelloFresh because of how easy it is to prep and cook the meals. Everything comes pre-portioned. They only send you what you need. So it's great to have minimal waste. So it's super easy to follow the recipe card. It tells you exactly what to do, step by step, when to do what. I think this is great for people who do cook a lot or people who are beginners at cooking. Like I really think it's convenient for everyone, and it actually is a lot of fun to cook these meals. I really have a fun time cooking them, and it definitely gets me out of my comfort zone with trying new things that I would never try to make on my own or never would have even thought to try to make on my own. So if you're someone that's brand new to cooking, I think this would be a great service for you to use to like kind of get used to cooking and having like these new ingredients and stuff that maybe you don't use day to day, but you just have some new ingredients that you're going to be playing around with. I also think this is great for people who maybe are more experienced at cooking but are just trying to switch it up. But basically overall, I think anyone can prep and cook these meals very easily. So overall, I've enjoyed the taste of almost every single meal that I've eaten from HelloFresh. I think the ingredients that they send are really good quality. I have yet to receive any ingredients that weren't fresh. On occasion, I wish there was more sauce for certain recipes, or sometimes I feel like there's not enough meat for certain recipes, but overall, I think they do a pretty good job at pre-portioning the meals out. Overall, I think something that we could all gather from the like YouTubers that we watch that are sponsored from HelloFresh is that the meals at least taste good. Okay, so let's talk nutrition. This is something that I've gotten asked quite a few times on my previous HelloFresh videos. I've gotten asked whether they are healthy, what the calories are like, and whether they are good for weight loss or not. So I will say that my main issue with HelloFresh is that the meals overall are pretty high calorie. A lot of their standard meals are like anywhere from like 700-800 plus calories, which is kind of insane for one meal, like especially when you think about like generally the recommended daily calorie intake is 2,000 calories a day for women and about 2,500 for men. So to think that like almost 1,000 calories is just from dinner is like insane. So that is like my one main issue with them. And they do have like their calorie or carb smart menu, which does have lower calories than their traditional meals, but some of them still kind of feel a little bit on the high end. Obviously there's more limited options for those, but I think if you are someone that's wanting to try this service and you are wanting to eat for like weight loss or consume less calories, that might be the route that you would want to take. And something else to note is that the calories that are listed on the card don't include any of the additional things that you add in from your house. So like I said earlier, that usually they want you to have like butter and like oil and stuff like that on hand. So when they ask you to add in like 2 tablespoons of butter or like 2 tablespoons of olive oil, those calories are not factored into the card that HelloFresh sends out. So you also have to keep that in mind. So even if you're making a meal that's like 500 calories, 700 calories, but you're using like 140 calories of oil, like that gets added in. So that's also something to keep in mind. Again, if you're not looking at calories, then like whatever. So sometimes I'll sub out, if they ask me to put like olive oil in a pan for like the rice or like chicken or something, I'll just use spray oil that has 0 calories just to like kind of cut it back a bit. So yeah, overall, like I said, I think that's my like biggest issue with HelloFresh is I feel like a lot of their meals are just like really high in calories. I would just kind of read the nutritional information just so you know exactly what you're gonna be getting. Okay, so now I wanna talk about pricing. So I kind of showed you a little bit of pricing earlier when we went through to order, but I just wanted to like really break down the pricing. So like I said, average meal, I think it comes out to be like right under $10. Yeah, so you can see here, $9.79 per meal, and it does change depending on how many you get. So say you get the smallest meal, just 2 people with 2 recipes a week, that is gonna be about $12.49 a meal, and you can see that's gonna be about $50 for 2 dinners. But if you did the highest, let's say 2 with 6 meals a week, it ends up being $9.79 per meal. For people for 6 recipes a week, you can see it ends up being like $9 per meal. This is the pre-discount price. So like I said, right now when you sign up, you would get the free meals, you have like the discounts here. And then once your like free boxes run out and like you get to like normal pricing, this is what the normal price would be. So like I said, the most popular plan here, I think it's the same no matter which box you get to. Yeah, it looks like it's the same no matter which preference you choose. Standard, like I said, it's about $60, right under $60. So that comes out to be $9.99 a meal. Which like I said, compared to going out to eat, this is still like a cheaper option, and you get to like really pick your meals and ingredients and cook it yourself and do everything. Oh, and then $70.93, so that's gonna be box price with shipping. So really, if you factor that in, $70.93 divided by 6. So it ends up being about $11.82 a meal, which is still not bad. You know, I feel like for $70, like that's kind of our like weekly grocery bill. We spend like, our goal is like 80 for like everything. So when I think about it that way, I'm like, I feel like if you went to the grocery store, you really could get more bang for your buck overall. So I think it's really great, especially with these initial discounts. Like if you wanted to just try it and use the discount, I think it's definitely worth it for $28 with shipping. I think it's definitely worth giving it a shot. I think in the long term, you can definitely go to the grocery store and get a lot more for this, because this is just for dinners. This is just for 3 dinners. This doesn't include your breakfast, your lunch, your desserts, your snacks, your drinks, anything else. This is literally just dinners. So I guess if you're someone that already spends a lot at the grocery store and you like really ball out and are okay with spending like $70 for just your dinners, that's totally fine. If you're someone like me that's more on like a budget and like on a grocery budget, that is almost my entire grocery budget for just 3 dinners. That's 3 dinners. That doesn't even include the other 4 dinners of the week. I know I said lunch, breakfast, all that. That doesn't even include the other 4 dinners of the week. So I think when you really break it down like that, I think HelloFresh overall has other conveniences and there's other reasons people use it aside from cost, but I think if we're looking at it just from cost alone, definitely think you'd be better off just going to the grocery store. You could spend $80 on dinners for the whole week, or like I said, it really means for all your groceries, but you could do that for like a whole week of dinners instead of just 3 dinners. So that's kind of my personal take. I think it just really comes down to how much you already typically spend on groceries and whether this kind of fits that. But I do use HelloFresh on and off. I don't use it every week. I do use it on and off. So this isn't like a normal thing that I'm spending every week. Yeah, just from like a cost perspective, that's just like my opinion. But again, I think just kind of see what you already spend on groceries. If you eat out a lot during the week, kind of look at see how much you're spending. If you eat out 3 times a week already and you're spending more than this, then this might be worth it. Like I said, if you want to try it, I think it's definitely worth the $28.14 for the first 3 meals. That is $4.69 per meal and free shipping. Definitely worth at least trying, because you can cancel too. So if you tried it and you're like, I don't feel like spending more than this, you can always cancel it. There's no like commitment to like any amount of time. So something to keep in mind. But yeah, that is my take on the pricing for HelloFresh. Okay, so I just wanna go over my overall thoughts on HelloFresh and who I think it might not be good for. So I think if you are someone that is looking for like a money saving solution to grocery / dinner, I don't think this is great for you. Like I said earlier, I think pricing wise, I think you probably would get more bang for your buck by actually getting groceries from the grocery store. So I think if you're just like, I want a cost effective way to have dinners throughout the week, I don't think this would be the service for you. I think if you're someone that eats out a lot, especially during the week, maybe you get off of work late, you sit in like traffic on your way home, you're too tired to cook dinner, get takeout like most nights of the week, I think maybe this could be a good option. I think when you go out to eat, and like an average meal is like, what, $15? But HelloFresh, the meal breakdown comes to be about like $10 a plate. So I do think that if you're someone that eats out a lot, this does save money. And I know obviously it's convenient to just stop and grab food on the way out, like on the way home, that's already pre-cooked for you. You don't have to do it, but I do think that you do end up saving money, and their meals are pretty, like the way they're laid out, it's just so simple to cook and they really don't take that long. So I do think that if you're someone that eats out a lot and you want to find a way to eat at home, I think this would probably be a better solution than eating out all the time. Plus, you know what's going in your food versus going out to a restaurant. Like, you see all the ingredients, you can customize it if you want. So I think this would be like a good option for someone that's kind of like in that situation. Or if you're someone like me, I don't use HelloFresh every week, but I do use it whenever I'm kind of like in a funk of cooking and I don't feel like cooking, I'm bored with cooking, I feel like I'm eating the same meals and I just want to switch it up. Or if I have a week where I know I'm going to be busy and I'm going to be out late and I don't want to have to think about dinner or planning or anything like that, those are the weeks that I think HelloFresh really comes into play. So it's really nice because it's easy to like pause the subscription and everything. So I always can just like pause or cancel and you can always pick back up anytime. So I think it's good to have on hand for like busier times. So I hope that this video was helpful overall. So if you guys want to check out HelloFresh, like I said, I do have an affiliate link down in the description. So if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you use my link, if you do plan on purchasing HelloFresh. If you guys have any other questions about HelloFresh, just comment them down below and I'll try to get to them and answer any other questions that you have, or if you want any other opinions, I'd be happy to give you my opinions in the comments down below. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you guys again in another video. Bye guys. Take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul.